Oh man, dang, man, don't tell me that thing ain't hooked up, man. Yo, can y'all hear me, man? Yo, I hope I'm able to be heard, man. I know how to do it. I can go on YouTube and turn the volume up. Then you go do weird stuff again. Okay, okay. Yo, yo. Okay. Right. Yo. All right, I hear y'all. All right, so as you see, I got my Bible, and I just want to be quick and tell y'all, I'm finna read y'all a scripture right quick. All right. It says, and he sent forth two of his disciples and said unto him, go ye into the city, there you should meet a man bearing a pitcher of water, follow him. And whatsoever he shall go in, say ye to the good man of the house, the master says, where's the guest chamber? Where shall I eat the Passover with my disciples? And he will show you a large upper room, furnished and prepared. There make ready for us. So what I want to say is, God is watching us, and we need to make sure that when he calls for us, that our rooms, our upper room is furnished and prepared, meaning we are prepared, right? Of course, you wish you were on the top of this pinnacle, throwing money out over all the whole world and laser lights looking at you, and you know what I'm saying, everybody hollering your name, right? But when God call you while you up there, you ain't gonna be ready. You ain't gonna be furnished and prepared, right? Whatever this dude was doing his whole life, I'm pretty sure people probably said he was crazy. But one day the Lord called for him, and they found that his large upper room was furnished and prepared. And it says, there make ready for us. Now, um, um, a lot of us question whether the Lord is real. So we don't furnish a room, right? My thing is this: I believe the Lord is real. Why? Because I'm talking to you about your God, not just mine. I'm talking to us about our God. And when I came into this world, I asked, how did we get here? And I was told, God. And I said, God? Like, yeah, it made sense to me, right? How did all this get here? How are we here, right? And the answer to me was God. There's a God over us, watching over us. That made sense. Then people started talking about evolution. We evolved from this and that. Evolved from what? Well, there was nothing here and we evolved from it. But how did nothing get here? So the God I'm talking about your God. I'm talking about our God, right? They might call you crazy for not doing certain things, right? Maybe not for smoking weed, maybe for not getting drunk, or maybe for not going out with them to do something. Instead, you doing something, you talking about God. You don't have to just be talking about God. I'm just saying, between you and your God, our God, what he's telling you personally to do, right? And people might call you crazy for it, right? But when he calls you, you will have that room furnished and prepared, because he is watching. The reason why that man furnished and prepared that room was because somebody told him God made all this, so he believed somebody was watching over him. It make me feel good to think that somebody's watching over me in this crazy, dark little world we got here, this Stygian world we got here. It makes me feel good to know somebody's watching me, so I don't really mind it. And to start furnishing and preparing a room, it's for somebody that's watching me. And when he calls me for whatever it is, it lets me know what I wasn't doing and was in vain, which I knew it wasn't anyway. But some people might call you crazy. That's all I'm saying. Here it is. I'm not out here out in the world right now doing it. I'm reading my Bible. I find peace in that, right? I don't have to have all the money standing on top throwing it down at folks and folks looking at me. Why? Because now you don't have peace like that. You ain't ready. Somebody finna ask you to borrow some money. Somebody probably finna try to rob you. Somebody finna try to sell you something. Some crazy stuff. You got to run away from folks. to keep your sanity. Or you got to pay them to keep them around to keep your sanity. You're going broke to keep your sanity. But this right here keeps you at peace, man. This is for you. You know what I mean? I'm talking about those of us who have, who I'm talking about, who have our God. This is our God. It says the disciples went forth and came into the city and found as he had said unto them, and they made ready to pass over. And in the evening he cometh with the 12. And as they sat and did eat, Jesus said, verily I say to you, unto you, one of you which eateth with me shall betray me. And they began to be sorrowful and to say to him one by one, is it I? And another said, is it I? A lot of us wonder, like, are we going to put, like, you know, is it I? Is it I? Is it I? Is it I? You hear that? We, you know, we question ourselves. So, but just understand that we love our God. We worship in our God. We're going to have our rooms furnished and prepared. Will we have, if he calls our name, will we have those rooms furnished and prepared? Will we betray him? No. Will we have those rooms furnished and prepared? Yes. Because we enjoy the Lord watching over us, man. I know the Lord made all this. I know he did. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? So you enjoy it. Be at peace with your God. With our God. I should play, how great is our God? You know, but the whole thing was about the man. He could have been doing anything else. People calling him crazy and doing all this for believing that somebody's watching over him. You're not crazy, my man. When the Lord call on you, you're going to be ready. Like Yolanda Adams. And that's the end of the stream.